Most players know Watch Dogs for its story of revenge and surveillance, but few ever stop to think about one of the most mysterious aspects of the game. The Blume Corporation's endgame. Behind Aiden Pearce's personal story, Blume wasn't just developing ctOS to monitor Chicago. They were building something far bigger, something that would redefine control across the globe. When we first encounter Blume in Watch Dogs 1, they appear to be a powerful tech company, a corporate face for the city's digital infrastructure. But as Aiden uncovers more, it becomes clear that Blume's influence stretches far beyond what's seen on the surface. They're not simply collecting data, they're shaping behavior, profiling citizens, and even controlling government systems. This becomes especially apparent during the later missions, when Aiden infiltrates Blume's servers and discovers that Chicago was just the prototype, the testing ground for an international rollout of ctOS 2.0. This reveals a terrifying truth. Blume's real mission wasn't to protect people or make cities safer. It was to build a digital empire. Every phone call, camera, and transaction fed their system. They weren't just tracking crime. They were predicting it, manipulating outcomes, and selling that predictive data to those in power. What's chilling is that the player realizes just how dependent everyone has already become on the very system that's watching them. It's not a far-fetched science fiction idea. It mirrors real-world questions about surveillance capitalism and data privacy. Another overlooked aspect is how Blume manipulates its own employees. Engineers like Clara Lille believed they were creating something that could make society better, only to realize too late that they were working for a company with no moral limits. Blume hides its corruption behind innovation, recruiting the brightest minds, then quietly silencing or eliminating anyone who gets too close to the truth. Clara's story is tragic not just because of her personal guilt, but because it represents what happens when idealists are used by a system they helped create. Even the game's villain, Damien Branks, is a byproduct of Blume's ambition. His obsession with uncovering ctOS secrets stems from his exclusion from the company's inner circle. Once he realized how much data Blume controlled, his greed and paranoia took over. Yet, ironically, he became exactly what Blume wanted. Another person blinded by their thirst for power, feeding the cycle of manipulation. By the time the credits roll, Blume remains untouched. Aiden might expose part of their network, but the company continues to grow, expanding its reach globally. This ending subtly sets up Watch Dogs 2, where we see the consequences of Blume's unchecked dominance. But in Watch Dogs 1, the message is more intimate. Aiden wins his revenge, but the world still loses its freedom. The genius of Watch Dogs 1 lies in that realization. While we play as Aiden dismantling one conspiracy, a far greater one unfolds untouched. Blume isn't just the villain, it's the embodiment of modern control, showing that power doesn't always need guns or armies, it just needs your data. And by the end of the game, whether you realize it or not, they already have it.